Hello and welcome back to Work in Progress. My name is Ashley Sanfacon and I've had the pleasure of creating and hosting this podcast for the past year and a half. And in a few short weeks, I'm about to graduate. So that means that today is my last video, though the podcast will continue to run and I can't wait to see where it goes. Now, today I thought that I would take some time to give some tips from a graduate student to anyone who may be graduating soon, is nervous about what's to come, or just wants to sit and listen for a bit. There are a few things I wish I had known sooner during my time in both undergrad and grad school. First is that it is completely okay and normal to pivot. I came into school thinking I wanted to do one thing and left having done something completely different, but I'm glad that I did. Second is that college is a learning experience, so use that time to learn and to grow. And lastly, something to keep in mind is that everyone is going to be on a different timeline. Some people will get jobs sooner after graduation, some people will get involved on campus quicker than you. It's not necessarily that your timeline is wrong, it's just that everyone's timeline is going to be different. Networking can seem daunting, especially when you probably are just now hearing this word for the first time when you enter college. Something to keep in mind is that, in a way, you've been networking for your whole life. Every person that you have met and formed a connection with, they can be a part of your network. Think of it as creating and building new connections and then maintaining them over a period of time. Start small with your classmates, your faculty, your staff, and then the more confident you become, the easier it will be when you start networking with potential employers. Coming from someone who has had the opportunity to work at the CCPD for the past 2 years, I've learned some pretty great career advice from this office. One of my favorites is to not let your first job post-graduation or your internship, whatever it may be, define you. This is not going to be the job that you will likely stay in for the rest of your life unless you want to. So use this time to grow in your core competencies, evolve, learn, and take the time to figure out what your career path will be, using this as a stepping block for whatever your next step is going to be. For many of you, your entire life has been all about school. If you're feeling burnt out, it is completely normal to take a step back and relax. The job market will have highs and lows, so you want to prioritize your mental health whenever you can. If the job search in particular has been stressing you out, take a step back. Go on a walk, hang out with friends, make memories, do something that will help you to reset so that when you get back to the grind, you're able to lock in and have the energy. Pouring from an empty cup is draining, so take the time to refill and recharge. Speaking of the job search, I want to share one of my favorite pieces of advice that I was given when I went through my own search. You are more capable and qualified than you probably think you are. So go ahead and apply for that job that maybe you don't think you're fully qualified for. You never know what can happen. Don't tell them no before they even have the chance to give you a yes. Well, that wraps up everything I wanted to say for this episode. Thank you all for tuning in for the past year and a half, and I hope you continue to do so. I hope that this podcast has been able to provide assistance for our students, but I also hope that it helped you get to know some of our staff, alumni, employers, and more on a more low-stakes level. I'll see you soon, Tigers.